Hello, everybody. All right. Let's get things started, shall we? Let's get things rolling. Let's get things rolling. Let's move into this, shall we? Okay. Is it working? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another show. Let's get the stream going. This is GVS. Hope y'all are having a good day. We got a lot of stuff going on in the NFL, and there's been a lot of news breaking with a lot of stuff that transpired. And weirdly, like, funny is a weird word, and I'm not going to use funny as in like haha funny, more like haha weird. But all of the injuries that happened today in the NFL, all the big ones, happened within probably a 90-minute window of each other, and this is stretching because it felt like Adams and Nakua got injured on back-to-back like drives and possessions for the Rams. And then it felt like Micah Parsons got injured in Denver, like maybe 30 minutes before or something. But this is also, and then if you go an hour ahead, Mahomes got injured on the second or third to last play for the Chiefs because it was the end of the fourth quarter. Throw Garner Minshew out there, go get this first down, baby, on fourth down, and like all these injuries like happened together. It was weird. And I can see a lot of people already calling for, hey, this is why, we need to go back to grass fields or some, the turf enthusiasts are going to be loud on the internet this weekend with the memes and stuff. What up? How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Okay, but let's get this thing rolling. I thought I'd do a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of an earlier stream than usual. Like usually we're not doing a stream till much later at night. Because we'll give like a reaction, post-game reaction, usually after Sunday Night Football. But considering where we're sitting at now, where, gosh, I don't want to watch the Cowboys. Do you want to watch the Cowboys? And considering that we've already had kind of the game of the day already happened, I was like, you know what? Whatever happens between Minnesota and Dallas, yeah, it's cool. It's so far been a high-scoring game. It's 14-7 right now, but win, lose, or draw out of this team. Like Minnesota's not going to the playoffs. Dallas is a stretch to get to the playoffs. That's why I thought we'd just jump into this because a lot of other big stories and big headlines of the NFL already happened. And so I thought I'd cover it. So without any, further delay, let's get into the stream, guys. This is GVS. If you guys enjoy football stuff, be sure to hit that like button so you know where to come back. Let's get rolling. One game that I do want to talk about first, and it's probably going to be the first game on the slate today, is let's talk about how the Seahawks escaped the clutches of defeat. Okay, so let me pull up the score here. Okay, they had a game-winning field goal here. We scroll down a little bit a ways. Right here, look at this. Old man Rivers. Okay. Seahawks and Colts. Seahawks win 18-16. They had it. Colts had it. Rivers helped get them in field goal range. Colts kicked the field goal with, gosh, what was there? 30 seconds left? Something like that. There was about, oh yeah. So look at that. 47 seconds left to go in the ball game. But nope. Not so fast. Darnold with a last-second go-ahead game-winning drive. Ultimately, Myers kicks the field goal and wins it. And then as we see in the fourth quarter, too, this turned into a field goal kind of game where, Myers, group Myers. Look at this. We have another Myers field goal. Like, oh, gosh. And even the second half, too. I didn't watch this game. Like, just with boundary and stuff, this game was... the game that was going on with CBS was the Broncos and the Packer game, but when this game started, the Bills and the Patriots game was wrapping up. So, alrighty, here we go. But yeah, as we look, Phillip Rivers had a couple. Here's a costly one. You know what? Not too shabby, I will say. Like, considering he hasn't played football in 5 years. 18 for 27, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's not bad considering the last quarterback that played against the Seahawks in Seattle. I think it was if I'm mistaken. Hold on. Yep. Yep. So if we go over here, Brosmer had 4. So, I mean, hey. If we want to look at some positives there. Oh, you can't see it. It's cropped out. It doesn't show it. But, yeah. So at least because there's parts of me that thought that this is the kind of performance Phillip Rivers would put on today. You know what? Another thing, this is kind of concerning, but I wouldn't want to read into it too much. Okay, so Sam Darnold, no touchdown this game. Fast forward ahead a little bit to the Colts game. No touchdown this game. Sam Darnold has not thrown a touchdown in the last 2. Oh, how can you hate McDavid did the moves? Sorry, we're getting distracted with a little bit of NHL stuff. Sam Darnold hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 2 home games. Is that cause for concern if you are a Seahawks fan? I might make a video on that. That is actually a really good idea. I might make a video on that. We might make a video on that. I don't know. Okay, let's go see some things here. There we go. Ding dong. Yep. The nightmare is over. Yeah, no, this is the Chiefs, man. We'll talk about it. I definitely thought, so I made a video probably maybe a month ago about, it was after the Chiefs had lost to Denver. I made a video about what would happen if the Chiefs went on a run. And personally, I looked at how after going, I think at the point they were either 5-5 or 6-6. No, 5-5. They dropped to 5-5 after losing to Denver on the road. I looked and I said, don't be surprised if Kansas City, because Kansas City has had rough seasons like this before, where what if, watch it take a game or two to just click and just get the ball rolling. And some of the games that started out was the Colts one because, they beat the Colts, and the Colts were, I believe, 8-2 at the time when they played. But then they had to do a quick turnaround, and they had to play the Cowboys, and they ended up losing to the Cowboys, which, funny enough, funny but like not funny, haha, funny weird. Since I think the Colts have done the exact same thing that the lost 5 of their last 6, I think. Hold on. Because they lost to the Chiefs. And then the Chiefs have lost their... Yep, they've done the same exact thing. They've lost 5 out of their last 6. So, yep, after this Broncos loss, they're sitting at 5-5. I said, hey, watch this. Watch them beat the Colts, beat the Cowboys. You got a 2-game, you got 2 games under your belt. Get back on schedule. And then you beat the Texans in prime time because a lot of people would be watching that one. And then, nope, drop these 2, and then now they're out of playoff contention. So, interesting times. Because I did think, this Titans one would be a win. The Denver one, I had a feeling that this would be what the division comes down to. I had a feeling that this game would be a little bit bigger than, now it's not going to be as big because I think, if I'm not mistaken, did Denver win the division today? Division standings. Okay, so Bengals have been eliminated from playoffs. Cleveland's been eliminated. Dolphins are still hanging on at 6-7. Colts 8-6. Yeah, tell this to a Colt. Weren't they? Ooh. Yep, they were 8-2 at one point. Okay, there it is. Eliminated from playoff contention. All right. Is the chat working good? Oh, Chargers. I think Chargers are the best team in the NFL. All right. What else happened? So Denver's here. couldn't win on the road. Look at this, though. They outscore teams. Washington's been eliminated. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is terrible. My prediction. So I predicted that Washington was going to win the division. That was a bad prediction. That was a bad prediction. Let's see here. Rams X clinched playoff berth. So Rams are in the playoffs. Nobody. My gut's telling me Carolina wins this. That's what my gut's telling me, because these guys weren't they sitting at 5-2, and now they're sitting at 7-7. So my gut's telling me Carolina might win the division. Detroit's hanging on. Detroit has not been eliminated yet. They could here any moment. Because here's the fun thing about the NFC. The NFC is like the Western Conference final in the NHL and the NBA, where it's anybody's. And it's not over till it's over, because it's the wild, wild west. Really, Minnesota's already... yeah, that makes sense. So the Cowboys with a loss tonight would be eliminated. That'd give all the reason for the Cowboys to win then tonight, too. Keep it going. Have them be the 7th seed. Okay, and then Carolina, Detroit, Green Bay. Okay, then Denver, New England, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. Did we update? So we did update. Huge win, by the way. This one, we'll talk about it. Talk about it in just a sec. Just checking up on other things. Okay, any other 14-14. Hey, what do we got here? Looks like we got a game going. Maybe we might just end the stream and go watch the Vikings-Cowboys game. Okay. This was an awesome game. Lions stuck around in that one, and that's probably something that's going to be forgotten when we move forward a little bit. If the Lions do end up eventually being eliminated from playoff contention, is they gave the Rams some work, and there were a couple moments where, okay, Rams have 10-plus point lead. It's 2 possessions to get back into it, and then Lions would march right down the field, get some points, and then just they kept, like, Rams would extend, creep away from the game a little bit, and then it looks like the game would be over, but the Lions would just keep being pesky, stay in the game. And I think the score, this game had its moments where it was a lot closer than it should have been, but it was fun. It was a great game. That could be a preview. If I were to make a prediction, like just a fun prediction to throw out there, I'd say that was a preview to potentially what the NFC Championship game could be. We'll have to see. But yeah. All right. What are some other things that we could talk about? Let's talk about how not only with the Seahawks winning. What I'm surprised too is I'll take the Seahawks winning as one of two things. Either the Seahawks defense is not as good as they look because, actually no. Nope, never mind. Because that was a low scoring game. Maybe the Colts defense is still good and still has some dudes, because I mean, when you look at how, okay, the Seahawks defense should be able to feed off of Rivers, and just because dude hasn't played football in 5 years, this should be a blowout for the Seahawks. But the fact that the Colts kept it close, and, you know, if Darnold didn't have a game-winning drive and a field goal to win it, Colts would have won this game. So I'm kind of a little bit on the Seahawks after that game, just because of how, I mean, the Seahawks defense, the Texans defense, what other defense, the Broncos defense, the Patriots defense, there are all these defense that were, I mean, hell, people, if they want to argue, they'd say the Cowboys defense is still top 5. But after, I don't know. Okay. What up? How's everybody doing? Okay. All right. Here we go. Some other things that happened. Let's talk about Micah Parsons. So what stinks about this is Parsons, I thought after Parsons got traded to the Packers, I thought he was going to be a huge key piece for the Packers if they did make a playoff push and a run to the Super Bowl. But we saw how the play developed where great move, cut inside, tackle was committed way to the outside, and then we saw just how he landed on that knee, tweaked it. And I mean, when we see non-contact injuries like this, it has all the makings of, you know, a torn ACL. But we'll see, because they have to confirm this. Let's see here. Let me refresh. Yeah, so we'll probably know within, probably by the end of tonight, if this is a, you know, yeah. All right. Okie dokie. What's another big game that happened today? Okay, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills with their comeback. Okay, this game was sick. Okay, so to break down the context, if you can see it all the way over here, you can see the little graph. Okay, at one point, this game before halftime was 21-0. Patriots had, look at this win probability, 93%. Ooh. Patriots had the Bills number, I think, to, what were some, hello. Oh gosh, then I don't know how the heck. I started watching the second half. I watched, when did I tune in? I tuned in after the second half. So after Dawson Knox touchdown right here with the 14-24. And then I watched all the fourth quarter where after Knox's second touchdown took the lead 28-24. And then Drake May leading Henderson all the way with a great block. It was 2 plays later. It was literally Bill scored, kicked the PAT, and then it was either the first or second play of the drive. Henderson took it to the house, 65 yards. It was a pretty kick-ass play. Look at that. See it. One play, 65 yards, 14 seconds. But then the Bills had another, just, I don't know why people doubt the Bills. We need to stop doubting the Bills. Okay, here we go. 3 touchdowns. Really? Oh, okay. Cook caught the. Okay. Because I knew Knox had 2. Must have been Cook to catch one. All right. Oh, so Cook had a day. All right. And Knox. Damn. No, it was a big game. So then where? Okay, so then if we go to the standings, I want to see. If the Patriots. So the Patriots would have to win out. Let's go look at the Bills. Only the Jets. Okay. So for the yeah. So for the Bills to win the division, they would need to beat the Jets, obviously, but then they would also need a little bit of help. They would need Miami to play a little bit of upset ball here and win this one right here. Oh, but it's in Foxborough. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that one. Okay, who else does... Here's the fun thing, too, about the Dolphins as they're sitting at 6-7. I want you to look at this. Okay, now, there's a little bit of context to it because it's like, okay, yeah, you beat up on 3 teams that are prematurely, prepping for the NFL draft because none of these teams are going to the postseason. But they also beat the Bills, okay? And then, another team that's preparing for the draft. But to win 5 out of their last 6 to get to 6-7, probably going to win this one. I could very well see them winning this one. And if I'm not mistaken, I do standings here. The Dolphins are sitting here where if Baltimore doesn't figure it out and turn it around, Miami could sneak that 7th seed. Because Buffalo Bills aren't going anywhere. New England's not going anywhere. So they're a lock. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win the division. Because I don't know, man. With the Colts losing 5 out of their last 6, I don't think they're getting to the postseason. I could be wrong. Phillip Rivers could turn back the clock and get them there. I don't know. Chargers are going to the postseason. So we go again 1, 2. There's a division winner, so 3, 4. Okay. Bills are probably going 5, and then the 6th and the 7th seed will be probably between Houston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Miami. So when we look at this Miami game here, Miami against the Steelers, hey, you just keep stacking wins. This definitely helps. But it's not like college football where, head-to-head matters because it's no one cares. It's the NFL. No one cares about head-to-head in the NFL. All right, people. Let's continue. What else? What other games should we talk about? I just realized I've been on mute this whole time. Oh. Chat, why did nobody tell me I was on mute? Son of a bitch. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I finally hit 1,000. I hit 1,000, yep. We're trying to go for a bajillion, so leave that sub. Leave a sub. We're going to be the first YouTuber to hit 1 billion subs. How the hell? I've been on mute this whole time. Damn it! Damn it! I have been, oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I've been on mute this whole freaking time, and y'all didn't get to hear my scorching hot take. Well, my hot take was, oh gosh, now I can't even remember half of it. Basically, I was talking about how, I compared Tom Brady's eras of dominance and how he had separate eras of dominance of like the early 2000s, the middle of the 2010s, and then the late 2010s, and how I'm intrigued to see how Mahomes does and performs without Travis Kelce, and to see, hey, what is Mahomes going to look like? How is Mahomes going to perform without having that safety blanket as a tight end? And that was the take that I was trying to make, is everybody overlooks a good tight end, and I think a good tight end can make or break an offense, because you look at, where's my boys over here? Where are they? There you are. You look at the Packers. What game did Tucker Kraft go down in? And then ever since Tucker Kraft got injured, didn't he get injured in the... what game did Tucker Kraft get injured? The Panthers won? Oh my gosh, it has been that long. Because he had, yep. Because I remember the Sunday Night Football the week before with the Steelers, he had 2 touchdowns, I believe, on National Tight End Day, and absolutely dominated. But you look at how the Packers have performed since their tight end went down. Playoff team lost. Okay, it's a stretch. I don't know if the Panthers are going to be a playoff team, but playoff team lost. Playoff team lost. Playoff team lost. Beat the Bears, but it is the Bears. Beat the Lions, but again, context. It's on Thanksgiving. The Lions never win on Thanksgiving. But I think, you can't overlook a good tight end, and so I think with when you look at Mahomes, we're gonna find out. And the scorching hot take I was gonna say was, with all the years of just Mahomes being Mahomes and the Chiefs being the Chiefs, how much credit goes to, well, we're actually overlooking how good Travis Kelce really was, because yeah, he was really good. And then I finished off with the point where you look at the Bills being able to have a huge comeback against the Patriots and fend off the Pats getting the division. Where were 2 of his 3 touchdowns? To his safety blanket, Dawson Knox. So that was the point that I was trying to make. You look at Lamar. Who's his tight end? Mark Andrews. You look at the Bears. Bears have a good run game. Yeah, with Swift. So sometimes it doesn't need to go there. You can say the same thing with the Eagles. They have a good run game. Because if it's not, Goddard, well, look at that. Goddard with 2 touchdowns. I think even today, how many touchdowns? Where's the big fella? The big fella caught one today. Where is he? Parkinson caught one for the Rams. So again, I rest my case. So we can have a fun conversation and talk about that one later, about how how much tight ends are slept on and how good Travis Kelce actually was. Because, yeah, there was a time where you look at this game, 16-13, it could have been anybody's in the fourth quarter. This could have been a game where the Chiefs literally turn it on its head because Kelce breaks away and he has a big one. And look at this. 7 receptions, 70 yards. That's better than he performed last game when they lost to the Texans, so I will give them credit on that. What are some other things we could talk about, people? La la la. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Whoops. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I want to see if my buttons still work. Okay. All right, I've been rambling so freaking long. I wanted this stream to be like 10 minutes, but it's already been an hour. We know. Come on, we know streams never go an hour or less. They always go for a little bit longer. Okay, Lions and the Rams. This game was a really fun game. Unfortunately, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua both came up hobbling. I think it was his hamstring. We'll have to look at reports and double check on that a little bit later. And then Nacua, I think Nacua's was his knee, ankle. Ankle? I think it was his ankle. We'll have to see reports as they come out because, again, everybody, see, hammy. They got back into it. Again, yes, they pulled away. Look at this. 17-24, and they pulled away in the third quarter, but Lions didn't go anywhere. They fought back, made it 34-41. So, and clean football too. 0 turnovers and only 1. Like, this was a clean game. Good football all the way around. All right, anything else? Texans just obliterated the Cardinals 40-20. Broncos 34-26. Saints beat the Panthers. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe the Bucks are going to win the division. So this is funny. Panthers and the Bucks both lost. Saints can't get the division. And the Falcons can't get the division either. So it's like, okay, who wants it? 49ers 37-24, and then the Seahawks beat the Colts. Washington beat the Giants. Jackson Dart had 2 touchdowns. Eagles took care of business against the Raiders. It's the Raiders. I'm not going to overact too much on this. Where are the Eagles haters now? No. Who do the Eagles have left here? Washington, Bills, and Washington. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is going to be a make or break game right here. Well, damn near. Okay, maybe one of these games could be a make or break game too. And the reason why I say that is because, dude, freaking, if they lose one of these games to Washington, Dallas wins the division. So, whoops. Let's see. Anything else? Any other scores? 17-17 halftime for this one. This one's heating up and getting good. Jaguars beat the Jets 40-48. Trevor Lawrence had 6 touchdowns. Holy cow. Okay, dude, have a day. It is the Jets, though. It's against the 3-11 Jets. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Cool your Jets. Pun not intended. Okay. All right, guys. We'll end the stream there. Oh, you guys didn't even get to see the stats that I was looking at. Damn it. Sometimes I mess up. Sorry, but yeah, look. 6 touchdowns. Let me look at the chat one more time. So I asked you guys who the best team in the NFL is with 5 votes. That were tied at 40% between the Bills and the Broncos. And then over here on this stream, we got 4 votes, and we're also tied, split 2-2 with the Bills and the Chargers. I guess we don't know who the best team is. I guess we'll never know. Okay, we're going to do a hard out for the people on the shorts. And thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you in the next one. All right. Okay, we're going to wrap up the stream here. No more need to ramble and rave on. I think we learned a lot of stuff this week in the NFL. If you ask me my personal opinion on turf versus grass, I'm always a grass guy. I'm a grass guy. You know, hate it, love it. You know, I'm a grass guy. I think and the other thing too is we've seen the amount of injuries this year from grass versus turf. I think I would look at Adams' injury and I would go, it's a hamstring. I think he'll be fine. I look at Puka's injury. We'll see. And I think if someone from the Rams Rams need to stay healthy. I look at the standings. Let's look at the standings here real quick with the playoff picture. I think, and I'm not going to sound crazy saying this because I know a lot of people feel this way and think this way, that when we get to the postseason, it doesn't matter if it's Pittsburgh, if it's Jacksonville, if it's Buffalo, if it's Denver, the healthiest team is going to win. Because if, with some of the guys that went down today. Okay, the Packers as the 7th seed. Without Micah Parsons, that is going to affect a lot of things. Packers defense without Micah Parsons, you think they can shut down Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy and this grit and grind? Well, it's kind of even because the 49ers have a lot of injuries on the defense too. So, okay, never mind. But you look at the Eagles or you look at the Rams, you know, could the Rams be just as effective as they are without their 2-star receivers? Who's Stafford going to throw the ball to? He's going to have to find guys. But, I mean, injuries are a part of the game. But I think the team that is the most healthy going into the postseason, if it's the Bears, if it's Tampa, Tampa, case in point, Tampa right here. Tampa has so many injuries, and they're such a beat-up team. And you could say the same thing about the 49ers, where it's like, how far can they actually go if they're riddled with injuries? And so we'll just have to see. And then you look at Mahomes with banged up knee and tearing his ACL today. You look at the remaining games for the Chiefs. Which one are they going to win? Tell me where an easy win here is between the Titans, Broncos, and Raiders. Where is an easy win? There isn't one. And so I think what I'm trying to say here is I think right now best team in the NFL, arguably. I mean, they're showing a lot of parity with the fact that the Bills can beat the Patriots and how the Patriots could have won the division today and they didn't. And what are some other things that we learned today? We learned that maybe J.J. McCarthy is a dog if the Vikings beat the Cowboys. But we also learned that Chiefs dynasty is over. We crowned him for one off season and we're like, nope, never mind. We take it back. We'll go crown someone else. What else did we learn? We've learned that the Texans defense is pretty legit. We've learned that maybe the Jaguars win the South because the Colts can't win. What else did we learn in the NFL today? We learned that Joe, I hate football Burrow will be, upset and wondering, what's my purpose here in Cincinnati? Because again, you lose 24. It was 24-0, right? Let's double check. Let's go through Raven. 24-0. Yep. What? I mean, shut it down. Shut it down. Cincinnati is 4-10. They've been eliminated. Shut it down. That's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on that. But that's everything, you know, we've learned. And those are some of my honest opinions for how this week played out in the NFL. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Oh, we got a couple more votes. Well, now we're split between all three. Now we're split with, out of who's the best NFL team. Now we can't decide between the Bills, Broncos, and the Rams. So, but we will end the stream here, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for all the subs lately. Y'all have been awesome. This has been a fun stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think we'll see where we go. We got a couple more weeks in the NFL. If I were to predict, I don't want to do this. I don't want to jinx any team. But from today, if I were to predict a Super Bowl, Rams, Bills, I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to jinx your teams. But they don't sleep on the Lions, though. And we can't overlook the team that just won at the Eagles either, because they're not going anywhere. But yeah, I think a lot of good football. Gosh, what else? Packers, we might be done without Parsons. We'll just have to see. And yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Be sure to like the video so you guys know where to come back. Join me in another stream. Keep an eye out for what are some videos I got queued up for you guys. Oh, clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, people. Hold on. Whoa. Let me. Whoops. We got a couple videos. That we could do. We could do. Oh, here we go. I could give my reaction video and a post about Pittsburgh, and if Pittsburgh is going to fire Coach Tomlin, I could give my reaction to. Let's see here. I could post a video about hockey, but it's an old video. It changed. It'd be like, whoa, this is a jump. What other videos can I post? I could post a reaction to Phillip Rivers coming back. Probably not going to though. Yeah, there are a handful of videos I got to make. We could do a lot. There's a lot that we could do. I might give a tier list on legit versus not legit. I could probably do that where if we look at oh wait, what the hell? Wait, no, yeah, this is it. Sorry. Where if we look at, sorry, what am I staring at here? Standings, I could look and I could go through the league and I could go, okay, are the Denver Broncos legit? Yes or no? And I could be like, no. Are the Rams legit? Yes. Are the Patriots legit? No. Are the Seahawks legit? No. Are the Bears legit? No. And I could just be like, no. And I could find, I just thought of a video. Pros and cons. Let's do that. I'll do a pros and cons list for every single team that is still in it. And I could do, Yo, look at this. Hold on. Wait, no, wrong one. Here we go. I think. Okay. 5 in a row. Okay, build a little bit of momentum. Maybe Jacksonville could be playing Denver in the AFC Championship game. Maybe Denver's won 11 in a row. They've won 11 in a row. After starting 1 and 2. After starting 1 and 2, they've won 11 in a row. Okay, clearly you're shitting me. Clearly I've not been watching the NFL enough. They beat the Bengals. the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. What? Okay. All right. All right. We'll see. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. Enough of me yapping. We'll end the stream here, guys. But again, I thank you guys for all the subs lately. Let's see what our final number is. We've been getting a lot of subs lately, so keep liking the videos, keep subscribing, keep telling your friends to subscribe. Spread the word. 1092. We're on 1092. A couple days ago, we were at 1070, so we've gained a handful of subscribers. We've had a couple good streams lately, so again, we'll end the stream here, guys. But I thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for all your sports takes and stuff. It appears the NFL dynasty, the Chiefs, is no more after today. But that's a huge overreaction. But I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We'll keep streaming, usually around this time. But if you can't find me in a stream, be sure to watch a video, catch me in a video. But yeah, I thank you guys for hanging out. We might stream. You know, it's not too late. We could probably do a gaming stream a little bit later today. But I thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, peace.